Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and this time we will go back to the recent events that happened few days ago in the Canadian Parliament in Ottawa, when the guy who was as a young man serving he was a serviceman in Waffen-SS Galician unit, was honored with the highest honors of Canada as the one who was fighting against Russians. It of course later it was followed by scandals. Some Jewish and other organization protested, and the 90 years old veteran was present in this parliament. It was very touchy moment for him. The funny and also a creepy thing was that the current president of the state that starts with U, with letter U, who is Jewish, was also clapping for him, and the current prime minister of Canada, China, who is really left into international socialism, was also clapping for him really eagerly. So it tells us that all socialists are the one family. So we see that sometimes such scandals happen, and in my opinion, because socialists have problem with reality and with the truth and with the facts, such scandals we will have more and more often. But coming back to Waffen-SS unit, these were units recruited from foreigners, so non-Germans, to fight against mainly Bolshevism on the Eastern Front, but not only, but mainly on the Eastern Front. And some of these units also committed crimes on the civilian populations, like Waffen-SS Galician, where they were killing citizens of Second Republic of Poland, of Polish Jewish origin, and also Ukrainians who didn't comply with them, and other nations, Gypsies, and like Latvians, like Kyrgyz Waffen-SS, formed from Soviet prisoners of war taken by Germans in the first months of 1941, when Operation Barbarossa started. So some units really committed many crimes, war crimes, and it's true that the reputation of Waffen-SS in general is not good. But there were units like Waffen-SS Wallonian Grenadier unit, formed by its spiritual and de facto leader, Mr. Leon de Grelle, and these guys were actually really devoted Catholics who wanted to fight against the communism, and they did till the very end. They finished their military odyssey, their military path on Pomerania, nowadays northwest Poland, fighting with bravery and dedication. Many of them died fighting with huge strength against Bolsheviks. And also other units were formed from the idealists who were fighting against Bolshevism. And it's worth mentioning that division, like formed from French people, Waffen-SS Division Charlemagne, ended its military path in Berlin, defending Berlin, and also Norwegian division of Waffen-SS, also composed of volunteers, all of them of course, ended its military path in Berlin. So it shows us that these units actually fulfilled their mission, because Waffen-SS has not so much to do with normal SS. These were military units formed from foreigners with German leadership that were supposed to be better than Wehrmacht and more loyal. And actually they were. These historical facts I presented you about some units that ended their military path in Berlin, fighting till the very last hour of the war, showed us that they fulfilled their mission. And it was actually Waffen-SS. Of course, war is war, and some of these units committed really awful war crimes, and Waffen-SS Galician, so the unit in which, when he was young, like 17, 18, 19 years old, Mr. Yaroslav, so the one really honored in the Canadian Parliament in Ottawa recently, was serving, they committed many crimes. So that's why all of these things just ignited many controversies, and I can understand it, but we shouldn't cook this this situation so much. We shouldn't emphasize it so much. We should look at it from the different side. These recent events showed us what I mentioned, that all socialists are really one big family, and each of them is son of a B, three dots, and that's it. And we should remember that. And it's also worth mentioning that really Comrade Mao, so Chairman Mao, leader of China, first long-serving communistic leader of China, said that he really regrets that military alliance between Soviet Union and Third Reich was so much short-lived that a great socialist alliance, socialist fatherland didn't last. So we see that despite the fact there was a huge bloody conflict between national and international socialism, yeah, because there were different interests and very often different ideological basics of these movements. Despite this war and despite this conflict, all socialists, also green socialists nowadays, this is one big family of people disconnected with reality, with very dangerous ideas. That's why one should never give them power, otherwise life and world will turn into hell. So this is the another lesson from the recent events that took place a few days ago in the Canadian Parliament, that former member of Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists that was really much affected by National Socialism at the age of 98 was awarded by the socialist, green socialist Prime Minister of Canada and other green socialist Canadians. And the important thing is to mention that we had already, as I was mentioning on my channel very often, red socialism, brown socialism, now we have green. And we see that followers of the green socialism, like current government in Canada, is awarding former activist of the brown socialism, and we see, as I mentioned, everything stays within one big socialistic family that should never be allowed to rule over people. All the best, have a nice day, bye.